All right, Buster. So today we are going to be continuing my monochromatic series. I'm going to be doing an ice-dyed starflower, but we're going to be using yellows, although because my inventory of yellows is rather limited, we're going to kind of cheat it a little bit and going to do yellows, oranges, and probably getting into some browns. Because that's what I have, and I'm considering those all in the yellow kind of category as the yellow, orange, and browns. Potato, potato, tomato, tomato, but we're going to make that work. Anyway, so that's what we're doing today. Let's see how it turns out. All right, hi YouTube, and welcome back to all my Buster buddies. Hey, it's your big kahuna here, Brad, and this is Brad's Boredom Busters, your tie-dye art channel. All right, yes, we are doing a starflower today, an ice-dyed starflower. I'm trying to get as many videos out as I can. By the time this one comes out, I've had my surgery and I'm still in recovery, so I'm trying to create some content for you to watch. All right. So this will be fun. So what you need for this project is a 100% cotton t-shirt in white. You need to soak it in soda ash solution for at least 20 minutes. And then take that to your washer and spin out as much moisture as you can. I've done that. My shirt's all prepped and waiting for me over here. Other things you'll need for this project is rubber bands and a washable marker to help lay out the dye pattern. And that's about it. Like I said, we're going to do this as an ice dye, so once I get this all wrapped up, we'll take it outside and apply our dye and ice. All right. Now, what you need, obviously, for an ice dye is something for an ice dam. I've got my materials ready, but whatever you find that's the most convenient for you to use as an ice dam, you use that. All right. I guess that's about it. Let's head over to the work table and get this tied up. Okay, Busters, so here we are at the work table. Like I say, my shirt's been all prepped, been pre-washed, soaked in soda ash solution, spun out, and it's just slightly damp, and so it's ready to go. So first thing to do is centering the shirt. I've already kind of taken it by the underarm, shook it out, so it's fairly square and flat. So let's center the shirt. Okay, so now we can take it and pull the front forward and pull the sleeve, the bottom sleeve into the top sleeve. Okay, so now we can do our fold up for the starflower, which is basically an airplane fold. So take the bottom hem, bring it up here to the collar, and then we just do our airplane fold from the center out. All right, once you get all your layers kind of flattened out and even, just kind of, even in a way that you're happy with, now to do the starflower is basically you take this end, roll it up. There's a couple ways of doing this. You can roll it as far as, say, your sleeve, and then maybe scrunch the rest of this up, and so you would band up the roll here, and then the rest of this you would kind of scrunch and band or tie up with kite string if you want to. A lot of times I like to just roll the entire shirt up, and I think that's what I'll do today as well. And we'll need our rubber bands to bind that up. So get those ready to go. All right, so yeah, and when you start rolling this, you just got to really hang on to it and keep good pressure on the roll because it does want to come undone easily. All right, let's roll this up. All right, let's get some bands on this. Okay, there's a nice tight bundle. So we're going to be using 3 colors, and actually, like I say, the rubber bands kind of give you a clue on how to lay it out, because you'd have kind of from this green one down, you got 3 colors here, 3 colors, or 3, in 3 positions here. So I would put my die 1 color here, same opposite of it, and so on and so on. And so, but because your rubber band center is here, well, the true center of your spiral is lower. So you lay it out kind of that way. Just kind of use that as a clue where to go from here to there, and just so on and so on. And because we're ice dyeing this, I don't need to really flip it over and do the layout on the opposite side, which is helpful. And hopefully we get great penetration through this whole process. But at least this way, it does give you, kind of a guidelines on where to apply the dry dye. Because what I'm going to do is apply the dye on the fabric and then place the ice over it, as opposed to doing ice first and then the dye over that. Because with this, you want to kind of keep the pattern as defined as possible. So if you put the ice first and then the dye, you're not going to be able to control where it goes as well as if you apply the dye first and then your ice over it. All right, so that's all we need to do for that. I've got my tub for ice dyeing already set up outside, so I will meet you outside and we'll get the dye and ice on this and see where we go from there. All right, thanks for watching. Okay, Busters, so we're all set up here in the curing tub to apply our dye. So, like I say, we're using daffodil, deep yellow, and golden brown. And I think I definitely want my daffodil to be primary. And so here and here are the larger spaces for that. So I think that's what will go there. I'll probably put deep yellow here and here, and then here and here will be the golden brown. So, all right, let's apply our dye, and then we'll sprinkle on some soda ash, and then apply the ice. All right, enjoy the music. Busters. So that's all our dye. Now put on a layer of dry soda ash. All right, and now let's get our ice on. So need to get our ice dam on. And this material here is some garden edging that Dollar Tree sells at this time of year. I do have that in a video about items that I use or you can find for tie-dyeing at the Dollar Tree. And so yeah, this comes in a nice roll. You can cut it and just any length to make any size dam that you want, and it's pretty flexible. So I've used it even around odd shapes and used clothespins on the wire rack to hold it in the shape that I want. But for a round piece, this is really ideal. All right, let's get all the ice on. All right, so there's our ice applied. And so now that will sit until the ice melts out, and I'll check it to see what the saturation is like, or if I have a lot of undissolved dye, then I'll probably apply another layer of ice. And then after all the ice is melted out and I'm satisfied with the look of it, then I will take that inside, we'll rinse it out. I'll start with a cold water rinse to flush out the soda ash solution, and then I'll turn it up to hot to flush out any dye that hasn't bonded with the shirt. And then after that, it'll go into a hot water wash with detergent and Synthropol, which is a professional textile detergent. And you can get all these tools and chemicals and materials that you see me use in my videos down in my affiliate links. That helps out my channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. So then after it's been washed and dried, we'll bring it back in for the reveal. So hey, I'll see you at the reveal. Let's see how this one turns out. Okay, Buster Buddies, so here is our Yellowish Starflower. Hey, this one came out really cool. Yep, I like this one. It's a thumbs up for me. I hope it is for you too. If you really like it, yeah, throw me that like thumbs up on my video. I love the colors. It was really interesting. When it was curing, I noticed that the deep yellow was trying to swallow up a lot of the bright yellow, but there's still enough of it to show off. And then the golden brown, it had some nice color splits out here, so that really looks great. I love the pattern overall. And then the back came out really cool. It's got an interesting little design to it. Yeah, look at this little diamond we ended up in the back here. That's so cool. So yeah, we ended up with just an interesting little pattern for the back as well. So just by the regular tie up, and like I say, rolling it all the way up instead of scrunching up at the top, it gives you a nice little pattern in the back side of the shirt as well. Yeah, so I think this one is a real winner. I love it. I hope you like it too. Like I said, give me that thumbs up. And if you really like it a lot, share it around to your friends. That helps out my channel as well. And, you know, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, you must like what you saw. So why don't you go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And I do have many ways to help support my channel through Buy Me a Coffee and my super thanks. So if you really want to help out my channel and help me make more videos like this, then go ahead, use those. Like I say, I hope you learned something new. Hope you like what you saw. And I love all my subscribers. Peace out, baby, and go have fun tie-dyeing.